You think you've got control, but here's a revelation. The tighter you grip, the more life slips through your fingers. Picture this. Every decision, every moment scripted to your will. It sounds like a dream, but it's a nightmare in disguise. Control is an illusion, urging you to chase the impossible. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your guiding light. Discover your true power by letting go. I embrace uncertainty. I let go to gain freedom. This mantra isn't just words. It's the catalyst to your liberation. I want you to pause right now and comment, "I embrace uncertainty. I let go to gain freedom," below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Control freaks, your journey starts here. The tightrope between control and chaos is thin. Begin your walk today. Embrace the strength in releasing what was never yours to hold. 1. Unravel the illusion. Why control is a myth. Unravel this. The human obsession with control is a subtle prison. Imagine trying to grasp water in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the more it escapes through the cracks. That's life when you try to dominate it. Epictetus teaches us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is where true freedom lies. It's about owning your reaction, not the world. Think of an artist with a brush, not worrying about each stroke, just letting creativity flow. Life is similar. You aren't the puppeteer, you're the dancer moving with the unexpected rhythm of life. Allowing yourself to be consumed by the need to control is against your nature. Instead, embrace the dance. So, when you find yourself wanting to control everything, remember, instead of a grip, ease into the moment. It's about creating space for change. That's where the magic happens, and that's where real power lies. Now, if this resonates with you, pause for a second. This is the kind of wisdom I share every week. If you found this valuable, subscribe so you never miss it. Let's continue. Now, apply this to a conversation at work. Say it's veering off course. You're frustrated because it's not following your plan. Instead of flexing your authority over the talk, just breathe. Listen. Guide, don't dictate. Influence, don't control. Be the calm in the storm. That's the Stoic way. Seneca reminds us, begin at once to live, and count each day as a separate life. This means let go of yesterday's holdover today. It's about turning toward resilience, not resistance. In relenting against life's flow, you start touching real freedom. Control snatches peace away, but letting go invites strength. And isn't it time you experienced that liberating breath of fresh air? 2. The power of impermanence. Accept what you can't change. Imagine standing on the edge of a cliff, clutching every issue tightly, afraid of what happens if you let go. Stop. You're not a puppet master of fate. When you try to control everything, you control nothing. This brings us to the idea of impermanence. Everything outside of you, the weather, the economy, other people's opinions, shifts. Marcus Aurelius taught, loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Picture a tree in a storm. The tree bends and sways. It doesn't resist. This is the power of impermanence, accepting what you cannot change and focusing instead on what you can. Realize this. The only true control is over your own mind. Epictetus said, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. Think about a time when your plans fell apart. Maybe it was a project deadline or a personal relationship. You got upset because things didn't go according to your script. Now recall the energy wasted trying to force it back on track. If you had embraced the change, would your stress have melted away sooner? The key to peace is in action without attachment. Let outcomes be what they are. Trust in the flow and deploy your energy where it matters most: your response, your attitude, your actions. If you're finding this insight useful, pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Now, take a step back and look at change differently. Change isn't an enemy, it's a guide for the wise. Embrace the reality that nothing stands still. Let this guide you to a life of tranquility and freedom from the illusion of control. And remember, as Seneca advised, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Free yourself from what you can't control. That's real power. 3. The freedom and choice. Focus on what you can command. The true essence of freedom lies in recognizing your power of choice. You can't control the weather, other people, or even random events, but you can control yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Think about a sailor. They can't decide where the wind blows, but they can adjust their sails. Similarly, when you focus on what you can command, you harness your power. This is where your energy should go. Consider your daily stresses. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't speed up the cars, but you can choose a podcast, relax into the moment, or use the time to reflect. That's pivoting from frustration to empowerment. Another example, say you're working on a team project. Your colleague misses a deadline. You can't change their actions, but you can choose how to respond. Will you stew in anger, or will you focus on ways to keep the project moving forward? Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." Make your reactions your area of pride. Let them showcase your mental strength. This mindset shift is essential. When you focus on controlling only what's yours to control, your world simplifies. You gain confidence. You gain freedom. Feel the weight of unrealistic controls drop. If this resonates with you, hit the subscribe button now. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Return to your daily life with this renewed focus. Choose your reactions wisely. Control where your mind goes. That's how you unlock happiness and peace. It's the Stoic way to not just survive, but thrive, no matter the circumstance. So, what will you choose to control today? 4. The Art of Detachment. Finding peace in uncertainty. How well can you dance in the storm of life? Let's dive into the art that could keep you steady. The Art of Detachment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." Imagine the peace you gain when you're detached from the chaos around you. Uncertainty becomes an ally instead of an enemy. Think of your life as a ship sailing on unpredictable seas. To weather any storm, you must shed unnecessary weight, doubts, fears, the need for control. These are anchors holding you back. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you let go of the need to own outcomes. You observe, you learn, you adapt. When you detach, you make room for peace. You learn to not just accept uncertainty, but to find comfort in it. Imagine you're in a relationship and your partner changes plans at the last minute. Respond with frustration and chaos follows. Respond with calm acceptance, and the relationship strengthens. That's the power of emotional detachment, steadying your own sails when external winds shift. Riddle me this. If you lose everything you can't control, what are you truly left with? The answer is a stronger connection with what matters, your values and your mind. Now, if this speaks to you and you're ready for more transformative thinking, pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Release the grip on what doesn't serve you. Free yourself from reactive chains. Focus on shaping your internal world. That's where your true power lies. Find that peace amidst uncertainty, and you'll navigate life with grace. Now, Ask yourself, what will you let go of today to achieve true peace? 5. The strength of surrender, yielding to the moment. Imagine for a moment that you are wrestling with the ocean's tide. The more you fight against it, the more it pulls you under. What if you surrendered instead? What if you allowed yourself to move with the current rather than opposing it? This is the strength of surrender, yielding to the moment. The world often tells you to hold on tightly, but holding too tightly can be a weakness. It keeps you stuck and drains your energy. The Stoic way is different. It's about embracing the flow of life. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs?" Think of a modern work scenario where a project suddenly shifts direction. Clinging to the old plan will only harm your progress. Instead, adapt to the changes. See them as opportunities rather than obstacles. By yielding to what is, you empower yourself to respond more effectively, with creativity and calm. You see options where others see problems. Seneca reminds us, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This means your fear of change often causes more stress than the change itself. Yielding helps you see reality clearly. It frees you from imagined fears and lets you focus on what you can control, your reaction. Now, if this insight is shining a light on your path, pause for 1 second. If this is hitting you, hit that subscribe button. It tells me to keep making these for you. Remember, surrendering is not about giving up. It's about choosing the right battles, conserving your strength for what truly matters. Yielding to the moment does not mean you lack power. Instead, it shows wisdom. You honor what you can't change and strengthen what you can. Embrace this practice, and you'll find peace, power, and purpose flowing effortlessly into your life. 6. Mastering mindfulness, being present, not predetermined. Imagine a world where you're the puppet, strings pulled by the chaos around you. What if I told you that clinging to control is your own hand gripping the strings tighter? I am present and free in this moment, not a prisoner of what I cannot control. This is the Stoic way. I want you to pause right now and comment, I am present and free in this moment, not a prisoner of what I cannot control, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Mindfulness, in the Stoic sense, is about mastery over where your thoughts dwell. When Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The present moment is all you ever have," he wasn't crafting a motivational poster. He was offering a strategy for life's inherent unpredictabilities. It's about mindfully anchoring ourselves in now, not drifting to the rocks of yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's anxieties. Through this lens, being present means you're aware, you're awake. You're experiencing each second fully without letting your mind be tossed around like a ship in a storm. In relationships, this means you truly listen instead of waiting to speak. In work, it means you're engaged with the task, not dreading future emails. The result? A calmness, an ability to react with wisdom and clarity. Here's a simple exercise. Next time you're caught in a whirlwind of chaos, pause. Ask yourself, what is real here and now? What am I making up? How much of this storm is my own imagination? This is where mindfulness and mastery meet. It's the moment where you see reality clearly and let your actions reflect truth, not fear or fantasy. If nothing else, remember this. When you're present, life's weight becomes manageable, tangible. You stop carrying unnecessary baggage from the past or shouldering imagined burdens of the future. You see life for what it is and act with wisdom. This is the kind of wisdom I share every week. If you found this valuable, subscribe so you never miss it. When Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters," he was urging us to embrace this informed presence. to train our minds consistently to align with what is. This isn't just living. This is living wisely, freely, powerfully. Command your focus, and the chaos loses its grip. Carry this mindset, and you'll no longer be at the mercy of the storms. You're the captain, steering through life's waters with steady hands and a peaceful heart. 7. Authentic acceptance. Embrace the unexpected. Imagine stepping out into the world and embracing whatever comes your way with grace and bravery. This is what the Stoics call authentic acceptance, the art of embracing the unexpected. Life doesn't always follow your plan. It's full of twists and surprises, not all of them pleasant. But what if, instead of resisting, you welcome these moments? They teach us. They mold us. Consider the legendary Stoic, Marcus Aurelius, who faced endless challenges during his reign as emperor. Despite this, his writings tell us, accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Marcus knew life didn't shape itself to our desires. Instead, he taught himself to mold his responses to life. When we accept life's surprises, we tap into a serene power. It's the calm amidst chaos. Acceptance doesn't mean liking everything. It means recognizing what's beyond control and focusing energy on what you can influence, your thoughts, your reactions. Take a moment to think about your life. Are there events or changes you're fighting against? Ask yourself, is this a wise use of my energy? Could I accept this as part of my path instead? There's freedom in this acceptance. You let go of anchors holding you back and move forward with clarity and strength. This is the essence of living with authentic acceptance. One unexpected event isn't the end. It's the start of a new journey. When you accept the unexpected, you unlock resilience, an unshakable inner peace. If this resonates with you, pause for 1 second. Click that subscribe button. It's a small action for you, but a giant step for your mind. Now, let's continue. Daniel Defoe's character Robinson Crusoe, alone on a deserted island, adapted the Stoic principle by accepting his reality and working with the resources he had. Like Crusoe, we navigate our islands, preparing and reacting to what we can't foresee. This practice helps us stay grounded, reminding us that while we don't control the waves, we do control how we skillfully sail our ship. Train yourself, like the Stoics before us, to shift from wishful thinking to genuine acceptance. Your power doesn't lie in changing life. It lies in changing your reaction to it. This is your path to true and lasting freedom. The transformation from control freak to free spirit. Imagine being shackled by invisible chains, each link forged by your own need to control. You're trapped in a cycle of anxiety, believing you must orchestrate every detail of your life. Today, we're discussing how to break free and transform from a control freak to a free spirit. This transformation begins with redefining freedom. True freedom isn't about controlling every aspect of the world around you. It's about mastering your own response. Like Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Consider a modern workplace. You might be the manager aiming to iron out the last wrinkle, stressing over every detail of a project. But have you ever noticed how once you let your team's creativity flow, the results often surpass your expectations? When you shift your focus from controlling every outcome to fostering an environment of growth and trust, you create room for better solutions to emerge. Understanding this can be liberating. Letting go of needing to control isn't about surrendering responsibility. It's about acknowledging what you can and cannot change. Epictetus reminds us, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. The transformation happens when you embrace what is within your grasp and release anxiety over what's not. Begin by practicing acceptance daily. When something goes differently than you planned, resist the urge to tighten your grip. Instead, ask, what can I focus on that's within my control? This might be adjusting a part of a project or simply how you react emotionally to the issue at hand. And just like that, every small shift in perception builds you a bit freer every day. You'll find that this new mindset doesn't shrink your influence, it amplifies it. You're not just heat-seeking solutions. You're crafting an environment where others feel empowered to offer their best ideas. Now, if you're grasping this movement from control to freedom, take a deep breath. Feel the weight lifting, slowly but surely. You are transforming. Keep this mantra in your heart. I embrace what I control and release the rest. I want you to pause right now and comment, I embrace what I control and release the rest, below. Do it to solidify this manifesto in your reality. Let every like on your comment remind you of this promise. Transformation is a journey, not a leap. As you traverse this path, remember, by focusing on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, you unlock a freedom that no amount of micromanagement could ever give you.